Thank you very much, guys. This is PROGRAFIX once again, and today we are coming to manipulate this particular image. I was the one that shot this image, and it was taken with 5D Mark III and 70 to 200 millimeter f4 lens, L lens that was taken with this particular image. So guys, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, try your best to subscribe to my channel, and always remember it's PROGRAFIX. Let's begin with today's tutorial. So what you are going to do is so simple. Have you seen this image? This is the JPEG, this is not the RAW. And when I show you the RAW, let me show you the RAW. This is the RAW image. Okay, let me open it so that I see. So this is the RAW image that we worked on, and we are having this, so you can see the difference between the two images that we have really worked on. So it's very, very important to take notes of retouching, so that when it comes to retouch, you know that a lot of works goes into retouching. Okay, so what we are going to do today is so simple. We are going to change the background and make the whole image a studio shot, right? Okay, we get it. So let's duplicate our image as we used to do. Then right now we're going to do selection of the subject, so we come to select, then we come to subject, so that the selection becomes more easier for us. And we are not bringing, we are bringing from the head to somewhere the tie. Okay, so that is our main focus for this particular image. But before you continue to, we have to know some key points, so about how to do some of these things. Okay, so guys, another key point is just check around and see if the selection has been made perfectly, because there's a whole lot of stuff that you are going to do with this particular image. So we should always make sure that it has a refined edge. Okay, so when it comes to the fifth, we are not going to need that for now. So what we do is we create a clipping mask. Let's just do that, and that's all. So you can see this is what we need. Okay, so let's bring the background. Okay, let's take it out and see. I think the edges are quite refined. So let's see. Let me add a little bit of feather to it. Then take the background. Okay, I think it speaks well now. So what you are going to do, you are going to crop and into a 5:7. So let's come to the crop to, then you are going to crop to 5:7. So you can see we have 5:7 over here. So what you are going to just to press enter, click OK. So we have cropped the particular image to 5:7. Then let's take this one out. Let's give it a background at the moment. So let's use this color at the moment. Then what we are going to do is, have you seen this particular image? Let's stretch it and let's see how it's going to look like. Okay, so we have stretched it, and let's see if still it has its detail. Let me click OK for now. Let's see. Yes, it's still sharp. Very, very important. Okay, so let's do that. Let's do that. Well. Okay, so when you study photography, you get to understand when it comes to positioning of image or composition. So here the rule of thirds must work over here, so we are going to use the rule of thirds over here. I'm sorry guys. So you are going to use the rule of thirds over here. So let's bring this one here, and then this one there. So your image or your subject should be somewhere here or here. So because of the hand, we don't want to miss the hand. Even when it comes to this side, it's quite better, but we are going to work on, because the hand, it looks like something was here, and we are going to work on that. So guys, don't worry much about that. So let's check. So since we have the mask over here, we can do any other change that we want to do to the image. Okay, so I think let's take this one off. something is wrong. Okay, so select this. Let's choose black. Let's see. Okay, so it's working. Yep. So I think let's check here to take this ones two out. So simple like that. Let's also take this ones two out. I'm just taking my time so that you guys will understand what we are working on. Okay, so it's so simple. The next step that you are going to do is, let's look at how we can bring something over here to adjust the hand so that it will look like really her hand is on something. I hope you are getting what I'm saying. Okay, so let me come. I have some resources over here. So I'm going to choose two things over here. I'm going to use this one, use this one, and let's see which one will fit to our project. So let me come here, bring it here, click OK, then click OK. So okay, I have this background too over here, but I'm not going to need this background now. Okay, so simple. Let's Control T. Then when you look at perspective, when it comes to this thing, perspective is also important. Okay, so you have to look at it. When you put it this way, it's not gonna work. So let's left click, go to horizontal. Now you can see it's in the same dimension. So let's bring this one down. Okay, it should be here. Then let's come to this one to stretch it a little bit. I think with this particular one, it's in the same dimension, so working on it is not all that difficult. So you stretch it a little bit. Let's click OK, bring it down, then let's position it so something like this will be okay, but I don't think this one is gonna help us. Okay, so now the reason why I'm saying I don't think this one is gonna help us is because of the white at the background. We can work on that, but you don't want to spend much time on this particular tutorial. So let's take it off. Let's bring this one and let's position it so that it will fit to what we want to do. Now you see the image has popped out big, so this one, it should also pop out big so that it will not be like we are trying to deceive masses. Now secondly, I want to show you something. Let me create a new layer over here so that I will show you exactly what I'm trying to talk about, so that we fix it over here. Okay, so let me create a new layer here. Let me bring it down. Now let's turn all of these ones off, then let's bring this one. Now let me zoom in so that you see what I'm talking about. When you look at how this bar is coming in, where the hand is, let me take this, let me change the color here to something like red for now. Okay, so you can see we have two lines over here. Okay, we have this one that we have to take care of. Let me make the brush hard. We have this one that we have to take care of. Then we have another one too that is coming this side. So the hand is somewhere like this. Okay, and this one goes this way. So let's bring everything back. Okay, so let's see how best to position this. So sorry guys, let me bring this one on top so that it will be a reference for us. Okay, so you can see it goes this way, this where the hand was, and that way, this where the bar was. Sorry, so let me name this one the bar, and this one should be the hand. Okay, so since you have gotten it, the point of the bar was somewhere here. Okay, so let's come back, choose this one. I hope we weren't working on. Okay, yeah, so you choose this one, then let's position. Oh, come on, that shouldn't be. Sorry, we choose this one. Let's bring it somewhere here. Okay, because we can't make the bar come this side round. No. So let's make it that way. Let's take off this layer. Okay, then let's zoom out and see if it looks real. I think it looks about 98% real. Okay, because when you look at the dimension of the hand here, okay, good. So I think it looks better now. Yes, it looks better. It looks better. It looks real. Now, when someone who doesn't know that you have done any retouch to this particular work, the person should see this and be okay with that. I hope you understand what I'm saying. Yeah, the person should see it and be okay with that without thinking that, oh, this one is editing. I'm taking my time to explain this so that you understand what we are particularly doing over here. Okay, so I think this background is okay, but let's work on some few backgrounds over here, and who knows, maybe we might get something else to add to the image so that it looks good. Okay, so let's also plug in this flower. I think this one will fit well. Okay, so whilst you're also working, you should also, okay, I think this one to work. Whilst you're also working, you should be proactive, right? You should think beyond the box. Okay, like something that you should do that will make the whole thing look. So this one, for instance, you can see that it's not on it. Okay, so you should find some way that it will be on it. So let's bring it behind. Okay, so it's been assumed, okay, that is behind it. Okay, so there's another one too over here. Okay, so it's over here. Let's also bring it here. Okay, like this. So we just compare and contrast which one is okay, or if the two is over there is okay. Remember, you are dealing with colors too, so you should be mindful about how you go about stuffs. So I think this one too is not bad. Let's add the yellow to it. Yeah, they look cool. They look cool. Yes, they look cool. So I think we can add some backgrounds to it now. Okay, or better still, you maintain this, or you can change the background. Good. So this means that your light source is from this side. So let me add another one to it. So. Let me bring in this background here. Okay. Let me click OK so that it will save it as a smart object, so that when I stretch it, it doesn't lose its quality. Sorry. So here we are going to put it here, click OK. Then what we are going to do next, because of this line, I'm going to use this, draw on it like this. Okay, then Control T. Let's see if it's a smart object. Because it's a smart object, it might not work. Yes, I said it. Okay, no problem. We can still stretch it without losing its quality because it's a smart object. Okay, so I clicked on the shift so that this one will go behind, okay, without stretching it left and right. Okay, so let's click OK like this. Now you are the one working on it, so you should look at if the red that you have placed in really work. If it doesn't work, don't force yourself to make it work. So we have various ways of going about it. Another way is to create a hue and saturation to the background only, so that you check your background. Okay, so all these colors doesn't blend. Now when you're working, you should check colors that will really blend. I think the red is really blending. You just check colors that is blending. So yellow too is okay. Okay, but in this image you are going to add some texture, okay, to the background, so that the background doesn't look odd. Okay, so let's bring this one back. Then, oh guys, See, before after. Okay, so let me bring the texture I'm talking about. It's also a backdrop, but we'll be using it as a texture. This one is not bad. I think there's another one too. Okay, for time purposes, let's use this particular one for that. So let's come down, bring it here, click OK, Ctrl T to transform, enlarge it like this. So you can see that this backdrop too is also cool. Okay, so let's bring it down over here. Then let's change it. So you can see a lot of artists used to do this. Change the view. Okay, can do this. Or better still change the blending option, depending on what you want to do. Okay, so if the background is dark like this, that means that you should make sure you make your image pop out of the background. Okay, so you can go this way or you can come this way. All depends on what you want to do. So, and remember, without this canvas that we placed on top, you can also create the same background, and we can do it here. So don't worry. Okay, so you can see. Okay, so let's see if you can create, because of the bands that we are having, color bands. Let's see if you can create the same. Yeah. So we have the colors now, so you can see from here, this is what we had earlier. Okay, so we are just going to add gradients to it. Is it a smart object? Let me see. Okay, it's not a smart object, but we can take it off. So we are going to add a blend. Look at it. The yellow just popped out. So here we are going to give it a radar. Okay, so the radar, we are going to reverse it. So when we reverse it, you can see that the lighter color is in the middle, and yeah, so I really love this color. Wow. Okay, so I've saved it so that if you want to do any change, so we are going to use the same colors. So the red over here, push it over here, so you can see the reds. Then let's go to the yellows here. So let's come to the yellows here. Then we change also the yellows coming down like this. Okay, let's take it to the side. Or better still, you can take it from here. Okay, so let's click OK. So you can see it looks so bright, so we have to blend it. Okay, so let's come back here, click this one, then come and choose this. Okay, so after you have chosen it, you can see that it's quite okay. So if you think it looks too dark, you come to this side, okay, and come and work on it. Yes, still you can come here and push it back. So we can see that whilst I'm pushing it back, you can see that, okay, the middle, the brightness of the middle is, you see it more. So you can see that. Okay, so you click OK, So this is when you create your own gradients for the work. Please forgive me, it's because of my my graphics card. Okay, sorry for that, because I'm doing all the graphics work. So it will be okay when I come here and come here. It should be okay. Okay, so either you use this or we use the one that we have created, but I suggest let's use this because this one looks a little bit down. Okay, very, very important. This thing should allow us to work. Okay, let me go to the background, refresh, and see if everything will be okay. Okay, let's come back to Photoshop and see. Oh guys, it's still not responding. Okay, Okay, no problem. Then what I have to do is, because we have to continue with this tutorial, what I have to do is I have to save this work, close it, and come back again, guys. So let me group it, create a stamping layer. Okay, so with the stamping layer it has worked. We thank God that it has helped us. So the next thing that you are going to look at in this particular image is now. So now we have combined all together, so you can't work this undistractedly. So let's look at it. So the next thing that you're going to, you can see that over here there is no earring here. So we are going to take this earring from this place to the side. Okay, so let's create a new layer over here. Don't worry, we are going to work on the colors. Okay, so this is the reason why always I say we should zoom. Now look at this side, guys. Look at this side. You realize that most part of the skin has been, so we have to work on that again. So let's come here. Okay, then let's take our brush and fix that. So we click on this one. Let's fix that. Sorry, let's fix that. Okay, so you can see, let's fix that. Let's fix this side too, so you can see, so that it looks real. Okay, so let's see if there are some, yes, this side. Let's fix here too. Sometimes it's very painful when you are almost done and realize that they are such. Then you have to do some magics by making sure that you have cut, joint, and paste. That one too, it wouldn't help. So okay, so let me change the brush, then clean this side. So at the end of the day, there shouldn't be a trace that you have manipulated the image. Let's take note of that. There shouldn't be any trace. Okay, let's come to this side too. Oh, sorry. There shouldn't be any trace that this image has been manipulated. Okay, the image should look real, as if it was taken in the studio. Remember, that is our main objective for this tutorial, so take note of that. Okay, so I think we can delete this one. Okay, then what we are going to do is you create the stamping layer like this. Then let's duplicate it. We are duplicating it for some purpose. Okay, because of this side. Okay, even you can see here, but please let's forgo that and continue with our tutorial. So we have done this. What you are going to do is, let's come and select this. Okay, let's select this. So you are going to do this by doing this. Okay, so you can see. Now we have two ways of doing this: by using the stamping clone tool, okay, to do that. And secondly, you can also use the patch tool. Okay, this patch tool. Okay, so let me bring this, create a new layer, top. You can also use the patch tool. So with the patch tool, here is source and destination. So you make it destination, you click on it, sorry, you come over here, you click on it, and you can see it is copying, right? So you can see it has copied. But the issue is, you are not working on a new layer. Okay, you are not working on a new layer. So that's the issue. So okay, this one, and see. So Control D, and you realize that you can't change it. I hope you get it. Okay, so let's say Control T, Then let's flip it this way. So before you put on it, you finalize it, you have to work on that. Then you bring it to this side. Okay, you bring it to that side, or else you have to take it out from the, I'll show you how to do it, so don't worry. Okay, so let's click. Okay, so Control D. Okay, so Control D, you see that it has been pasted here nicely. Now this one method. Okay, so when you see this, you can see that it has been taken out. So see, you can see that something is wrong here. Okay, so over here, that's worked on. So you can do all your adjustments here by using the clone stamp to work on some portions that you think is lost here. Or secondly, what you can do is we duplicate it. So when I take this one out, you can see you can, let me Control J once again. You draw, let me use the laser tool. So this time around, you draw around this. I will not take my time drawing it because we have done it already. Then we press Ctrl J. So when I press the Ctrl J, you can see that it has created a layer over here. Okay, so that layer is another thing altogether. So you can see it has selected that layer. So when I drag it to this side, you can see I'm having this here. Okay, I'm having this here. So you just put, so now you can work on it as a layer. Okay, sorry, let me take this one. So you can work on it as a layer. Control D. So you check if it do fit. So you can see that this one, it looks as if it's a half earring. So you have to complete that. So having complete that, let's see, you have chosen this layer. Let's use the clone stamping to work on that. But before, let's use this one. Draw here. Okay, so that it looks, it doesn't go beyond this boundary that we have created. So let's use the clone stamping tool. Then let's select somewhere. Let me reduce it a little bit. Alt to select somewhere here. Then let's begin to apply. So you can see that when we apply, it's not going beyond what we created. Okay, so you can see that. So you can see. So let me increase the size of my, okay, so you can see. It's so as simple as that. It's as simple as that. Okay, so Control D. Then this time around, what you're going to do, you're going to control. So because if you look at the highlight, there is no highlights coming from it. So how can here have a highlight? So Control T. Okay. Then let's flip it opposite. Then begin to tweak it this way. Bring it to this side a little bit. Click OK and check if it's okay. Okay. So don't worry much about that. So Control T. Then let's position it a little bit. Bring it closer and click OK. So you can see, unless you tell someone that you created this earring and place it over there, so you can see it looks different over here. Okay, so right now let's group all this like this, so you can see where we have got into now. So Control Shift E. Then let's go to camera raw to tweak this image a little bit. So let's come to camera raw. So in camera raw, let's bring the highlight down. The highlight in this image, let's bring it down. Then let's also bring the white down. Okay, don't worry much about what you are seeing. And then what we are going to do over here is to push the shadows up a little bit. Okay, like this. Then let's push the blacks down. Right, so let's see the before and the after of this particular image. So before and the after, so you can see there have been a little bit of contrast. So let's push here. Okay, add this one into it. I think it's looking better. Okay, so let's see before and the after. Okay, so let's click OK. Then let's come to selective colors. Now the selective colors here, we are coming to the blacks, and let's see how the blacks is going to work for us over here. So I think this one, negative or positive. Okay, -2 will be good for this image here. I don't want to overdo things. I want us to get it naturally. Okay, so let's see, let's zoom in a little bit and see. Okay, so the next thing that you are going to do here, you are going to make sure that this image, since the background is a little bit dark, let's go to our levels. Okay, then let's try to make some small adjustment here. Now, because of the highlight on the face, we don't want to push the image too much. Okay, we don't want to push the image too much. We want it to look natural. Okay, we want it to look natural, simple, and bright. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so let's create a layer mask for this, and this layer mask we are going to use this. So let's come down. We have the mask selected already because we want it only on here. So I press on the Alt key, then I'll drag it up to this. So you can see right now that highlight is only on her skin. Okay, so let's come here. Okay, so when you begin to manipulate, you can see that it doesn't affect the entire image. It only affects the skin, right? Okay, so let's see. Okay, the skin and the dress. So you can see now she has popped out. So if you feel that still it doesn't go well, then you have to create curves adjustment layer. So let's go to curves. Let's go to curves, then create some curves adjustment layers. So we come to curves, then first let's push here down, then let's push here up. Okay, that's when you are creating your curves. Okay, so I saw someone in one of the person's tutorial change the curves to luminance. I don't know what actually. Okay, so with this curves adjustment, when you can see that's affecting the background, so we are going to apply it only on the skin. So we press on the Alt again, then put it on this one, so that the background will be a little bit free. So let's see. Okay, last but not the least is adding making sure your shadows and everything is intact. But before we bring this tutorial to an end, you should know that we came from here to here, right? Okay, so let's see if we can make the lips shine. So let's bring in our black and white. Black and white. Then this time around, let's crush the reds like this. Okay, even this one, you can even create more of the glow. So we come to our solid colors. This time around we change it to white, then we invert, then we begin to take our brush. Make sure that your brush is a soft round brush. Then let's begin to paint. So since it's, let's use a white brush. Okay, so here we paint here lightly. Okay, so this one will make the skin glow. Okay, so here you do it lightly, then you come here, then you do some here, then you do a little bit here like this. You come here, then come to the lips, you do such here because you can see some highlight here. Let's come to the skin too. Let's apply here, then let's apply here, zoom out. Okay, apply here, then let me reduce the size of the brush. Apply here, apply here, apply here, apply here. It looks funny, but that's the nature of the work. Okay, so since we have our black and white over here, let's change it to luminosity, or you can change it to multiply, how you want it to do it. And then you reduce the feel of it, or better still, you reduce the opacity. Okay. Okay. So I'm not looking at the background. I'm just looking at the. Okay, let me take this one. I'm not looking at the background, so I'm just looking at the skin. So we are going to apply that to the skin. So let's come here, push this one to the skin. So okay, good. So since we have that, let's come over here, go to the blending option, then we end our tutorial over here, and then we push let's see, yes, this one, you push it to the time, you see that it start to diminish, okay, or dissolve. Then you press on the Alt, you divide, and you push it aside like this. Okay, then let this one come here so you can see. Okay, good. So since we have this, what you are going to do is you are coming to reduce the feel of this particular one. So you reduce it to the extent that you see that, oh, now it's okay. So let's see before and the after, before and the after. So I call this one semi-dodge and burn. Okay, so last but not the least, let's push the reds on the skin a little bit. So let's see. Okay, come to zeros. Okay, can see that. Okay, so the yellows, no. Okay, can push it a little bit. Okay, a little bit of the magenta. Okay, so let's see. We don't want this skin to look more of reddish stuff. Okay, so still apply only to the skin, so you can see. It's like the background too is also running away. I think this one too is not bad. Okay, this one too is not bad. This one too is not bad. This one too is not bad. Okay, so thank you guys. So I think this is the end of this tutorial, and what I'll say that if you find this tutorial to be helpful, guys, please don't hesitate to subscribe to my channel, and always remember it is PROGRAFIX. So you can see this is the before and this is the after. This is the before and this is the after. So guys, if you really love my tutorial, don't hesitate to subscribe, as I said, and always remember it's PROGRAFIX. Have a blessed day. Bye bye.